Facing its biggest rival yet, Twitter is threatening to sue Meta just a day after it launched Threads, which already has more than 50 million users. Threads is similar to Twitter, but executives at the Facebook parent company are describing it as a friendly alternative. In a letter sent to Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Twitter's lawyer Alex Spiro accuses Meta of hiring former Twitter employees who, quote, had and continue to have access to Twitter's trade secrets and other highly confidential information. Responding to the latest developments, Twitter owner Elon Musk said competition is fine, cheating is not. Musk bought Twitter last October for $44 billion and has introduced controversial changes to the platform that have prompted many users to abandon the site. Well, let's get more on this now with Daniel Ives, who's the Managing Director at Wedbush Securities. He joins us from New York, and Jason Moon, who's the Chief Technology Officer at AgentWise. He joins us from London. Welcome to you both. Jason, if I could begin with you. There was a lot of fanfare surrounding the launch of Threads, and in fact, many analysts say it's broken many records in terms of the number of sign-ups in record time. What's your view on the launch of Threads? Does it pose a serious threat to Twitter?
It does, and I mean, it is incredible what he's achieved. I mean, the speed at which people have signed up and the numbers in which they've signed up to the platform are incredible. We've never seen anything like it. In the last few years, we this kind of record keeps getting broken, and we keep thinking, "Oh my God, it'll never be broken again. This is incredible." And then something else comes out, and now finally this. So it is amazing. I think it does pose a threat. The timing is very apt. Whether that was strategic or fluke, who knows? But obviously, Elon Musk is having quite some problems on the Twitter platform. A lot of advertisers are angry because he's limited the amount of content people can see, which obviously, if you've paid for an advertising campaign, that's not going to make you very happy. So the timing is very good. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I mean, I suspect there will be an even greater polarization. Perhaps the more sort of left liberal people will go over to Threads, who are getting kind of fed up with what Twitter has become. We'll have to see, because we're already on kind of day two, really. But it is extraordinary the amount of people that have signed up and the speed they've signed up, for sure. You've got to give him that.
And Daniel, we know Elon Musk paid a pretty hefty premium for Twitter last October when he shelled out around $44 billion for the site, taking it private. Do you believe that perhaps Elon Musk regrets his purchase right now? Because we know he's really been trying to claw back his investment somehow by charging for verification, but advertisers are abandoning the site and are continuing to. Do you think that Threads right now really poses a big threat in terms of Twitter's revenue?
Yeah, we don't really view Threads as a threat. I mean, look, the signups, because of Instagram, I mean, they'll have bloated signups. It's about engagement. And I think ultimately what we see on the platform, at least so far, I think it's pretty underwhelming. Relative to content newsfeed, much more Instagram-ish. I mean, in my opinion, Twitter continues to have an uphill battle monetizing, but I do believe engagement on the platform has been strong. Advertisers have come back. And I think this is just going to be a continued battle between Musk and Zuckerberg that likely ends up in a cage match in October.
And Jason, can I ask you about this prospect of a lawsuit from Twitter? So Twitter essentially arguing that former employees have, I guess, shared trade secrets with Meta. Do you believe there's any validity to that argument?
Well, you'd think that would have been contractualized when someone left Twitter, that they wouldn't be able to work for a rival for sort of 6 months a year. I mean, that is standard. So it would be strange and foolish of Zuckerberg if that is indeed what has transpired. If it has been shown to be the case, then he is going to be in a lot of trouble legally, because that's kind of a black and white thing. So again, we'll have to see how that pans out. I mean, I agree with the other pundit about the engagement level. I mean, actually, just using the app myself, I don't know. You can't save images, which is kind of the same as on Instagram. There's still a character limit, which is very kind of yesterday. People are kind of fed up with character limits now. Elon Musk kind of, has brought the character limit on Twitter to be much larger. If you're a subscriber, that's kind of moving things forward a bit. It's kind of what people expect now. So it's not cut and dry. There's pros and cons of both. We have to see how things develop. But I mean, I personally know quite a lot of people who are on the left liberal side that are very relieved that there is now a kind of alternative, and they have certainly gone over, or they're having a look. Whereas more right-wing people that I know seem to be more kind of loyal to Twitter. So I think that's how the divide will be. We'll see, but I think that's how it's going to go, at least in the first sort of year or so, till it kind of develops more.
And Daniel, since taking over Twitter last October, Elon Musk has introduced some controversial changes. More recently, it's limited the number of posts that users can see, both verified and non-verified users. Earlier on, he reinstated some controversial people back onto the platform, people that Twitter itself had banned for spreading misinformation and hate speech. We know advertisers have left because of that. Many users have left because of those changes as well. From a market perspective, even though Twitter isn't listed on any stock exchange, but do you believe Elon Musk's changes are threatening the fundamentals of the company?
Yeah, and also in terms of users, I think many said they were going to leave, but ultimately haven't, right? In terms
Mm.
of as it's played out. I think it just comes down to if you want a G-rated platform with censorship, then Threads is perfect. Now, obviously, Twitter, it's more, in terms of controversial, but more edgier. But I think that's what a lot of people ultimately want. That's why I think there was frustration this weekend in terms of what we saw with the limit on tweets. And Musk does go to a beat of a different drum. And I think it's something where it's gonna, as Linda takes over, it's gonna be an uphill battle to monetize. This is not gonna be built overnight. Zuckerberg clearly adds, I think, more complication to that from potential competitor. But I think this is just something that's gonna, play out. But I don't view this necessarily as something that's a real risk to the Twitter business model.